Hello, everybody. What if I told you this apartment complex is a drug epicenter for Manhattan, right? So basically, 38 pounds of meth cocaine were recovered in and $1.1 million dollars in a drug bust at this posh New York City high rise. Nearly 40 pounds of narcotics were seized from a swanky luxury apartment in Hell's Kitchen this week. In a bust that stopped more than 1.1 million worth of cocaine and methamphetamine being distributed on the city streets. $1.1 million dollars of cocaine and meth in an apartment complex that looks like this. Police arrested Giovanni Salas and Sergio Peralta, 34, on March 12th, charging them with criminal possession of a controlled substance in first and second degrees. These are the men, Giovanni Salas and Mr. Peralta, that were up in here living their good life off of drugs. The two men appear to have ties based in Mexico, and they have IDs from Mexico in their possession. The arrest followed a multi-agency investigation into drug trafficking in the Big Apple, which included the NYPD, the New York State Police, and the DEA. So basically, all these three organizations were after these dudes, and the way they got caught was actually pretty silly when I go down with that story. But this just goes to show you like what I was saying earlier about wolves in sheep's clothing living in places that you would never believe. Like these dudes off of drug money, straight up drug money, were living in a location like this, and that's wild. The court authorized a search warrant was granted as part of an investigation into methamphetamine and cocaine trafficking in New York City. The release reads, before the search warrant was executed, undercover operatives on behalf of the New York DEA task force were conducting surveillance on the area, according to the release. The unmarked unit reportedly observed Salas. This is the craziest part. Salas, as he departed the residence via elevator, descending from the 27th floor where the apartment of interest is to the main lobby below, where he was met by DEA agents and police, according to the release. Right? So they've been watching this house and this apartment, and they knew something was going on here for the longest. And if you don't know, this area of Midtown Manhattan has a lot of bars and clubs in it, and right across from this building are the ports. So you have construction and like people coming in and out on one side where New Jersey is and the highway is, and on the other side over here, like where these big buildings are a bunch of clubs and bars and stuff like that, especially on 9th and 8th Avenue. So this is a huge drug community without you even knowing it. And I kind of have ties to that community as well. Like I play sports. There's a park right across the street. Like here, there's a park right across the street that I used to play baseball in. So I know what this building is, and I've actually been there before. Cops spotted Salas leaving the apartment at approximately 5:47 p.m. Tuesday. He took the elevator to the lobby where he was detained by agents and officers. Upon searching him, authorities found a wallet containing Peralta's identification and a key that allegedly opened the door to the apartment on the 27th floor, police said. At 5:55 p.m., members of the New York Drug Task Force entered the apartment and conducted an authorized court search where they found and arrested this guy, Peralta. This guy. So this guy, Salas, is the one they caught in the elevator coming down, and this guy Peralta is the one that was kind of like living in the building, I guess. They also found a backpack containing $27,880 in cash. Agents and officers seized Peralta's Mexican passport and expired U.S. visa and border crossing card, and Salas' Mexican voter registration. And he's also has a Colorado driver's license and a U.S. passport. So my man was in the country legally, right? In the country legally, just fucking around, making mad money off of drugs and living here. Living the good old American dream, you know? But I want to read this again about this guy, Salas, because if you really think about it and read it, it sounds kind of like a setup to me. So I'll read this again, and you tell me if this is a setup or not. Look at all that cash. You tell me if this is a setup or not. So on March 12th, the members of the task force were conducting surveillance at 550 West 54th Street in preparation for a court-authorized search of apartment 27F. When they observed Giovanni Salas allegedly leaving the apartment at approximately 5:47 p.m. So this man left around 6 Salas entered an elevator on the 27th floor and arrived in the building's lobby moments later. So they already were watching the cameras. If they know he entered the elevator on the 27th floor, they were already in the building and they're already probably watching this dude. So to me, I'm thinking, was he working with the DEA already to try and like get a cut out of this, or did he not know anything that was going on, right? Agents and officers apprehended Salas in the lobby, and this is the part where I thought was kind of wild too. They recovered a wallet bearing identifications belonging to him and Peralta. How do you have a wallet? How do you have this guy's ID? You know, and he had a key to his apartment. Why does this dude, Salas, have all of that for this guy? That's what it makes me think, like, it sounds like a setup. Because why do you have all that kind of stuff on you if you didn't know this was happening? Anyways, the charges stemming from this case demonstrate the unwavering commitment of the NYPD, the DEA, and all of our law enforcement partners to investigate thoroughly anyone allegedly involved in an illicit drug trade in New York City. You know, these arrests send a clear message that we will continue to be relentless in seizing poisonous substances before they are distributed throughout our neighborhoods. Like I said before, this neighborhood already has a huge drug problem, and it has a huge homeless problem. Like, there's a lot of homeless people living around this park in tents, and there's a lot of people that do and sell drugs in a lot of these buildings, and they sell it to the clubs. Like, basically, it goes from here, and the people hang out in the clubs, and they sell like a bunch of coke and meth in these clubs that people party in all night and day on 9th Avenue, right? So this alleged drug dealing duo leave behind a luxury apartment which boasts an array of amenities such as a 24-hour front desk concierge, as listed on the Mercedes House website. Again, this is a Mercedes building, bro. This is a Mercedes building. So there's a lot down here is the Mercedes dealership underneath this building. Other in-house luxuries include, but are not limited to, indoor and outdoor swimming pools, a full-service day spa, a jacuzzi, indoor basketball court, sauna, a steam room, private gym, boxing, yoga, and spin studios, bro. They left all that behind just to be selling drugs. I mean, I don't even know how they got in that building in the first place. That alone sounds kind of shady. How did they get into this building with drug money, and we're living in this building with drug money? But that's its own conversation for another time, right? New York State Police Acting Superintendent Stephen G. James excoriated the suspects for the alleged activities. The individuals had no regard for the dangers they or this operation brought to this community. Today's charges are a result of an aggressive strategy to stop illegal drug operations and keep deadly substances off the streets. They need to work a little harder. And there's like a police precinct right up the block from this Mercedes building, actually. Like on 54th Street, I think. So, like, they were selling right under the cop's nose, to be honest with you. Both Peralta and Salas were arraigned in Manhattan Criminal Court on Wednesday night. Both men are being held at Rikers Island. Whew, they're on the island? Said one has $75 bail or $100,000 bail, and they were next due in court March 18th, so I probably can get a small update on that. They were living in this building. Again, the building prices for some of these apartments, like for a studio apartment, is $3,800, and a regular 2-bedroom, $8K. $8K, bro. I don't know how these dudes were living in here off of the drug money they were selling or whatever drug money they were flipping, but they were caking. You can't lie. They were caking, and they were able to pay their rent and stay there. So, but that goes back to what I was saying about you never know what's happening behind closed doors, bro. Wolves in sheep's clothing. Your neighbor could be a drug fucking kingpin, and you have no idea. And he looks like a regular old dude, you know? I'm not saying just, like, go out there and, like, don't trust people, but, like, it's okay to second guess what others are doing. And if you had a vibe, somebody is shady, you know, trust your gut, as they say. All right, I like to end it on, you know, give perspectives. So I found, this is like the only clip I was able to actually find. There might be more now, but this is what I was talking about, right? There's a park right here. This is DeWitt Clayton Park. There is, let me make this bigger if I can. This is the building, right? This is a school. Right, so this is what I mean by, like, this is a community, bro. And And like I said, I used to play baseball in this school. And right up the block from the school, like right up the Ave, is where the bars are. So I'll let this play out. And you guys can get your perspective on that then. Here we go. I don't know if this music is copyright, so I'm gonna have to mute the music. All right, that was it. Quick 30 seconds. Hopefully that I'm gonna have to do something about that music. Anyways, um, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on these guys living in this swanky, posh, as they say, apartment off of drug money, bro? Off of hella drug money. Like, to have $27,000 in cash, I don't even know. And then they said their drugs had a street value of $1 million. They were gonna make a crazy flip back. Crazy flip back. Anyways, I'll leave it on that. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Subscribe. See you guys later. Have a good night. Peace.